right. Okay, we should be nice and live. Just confirm here. All right. All right, guys. Well, today we're here with Ruben Montemayor. He is a candidate for Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector, and we have him here today with the incumbent Asalia Casares, with the runoff election coming up shortly. Ruben.
Isaac, thank you so much for bringing me back. It's been a while. I'm excited to be here tonight to inform our community all our updates. Everything has been going on since we finished our primary election. So yes, right now we're in a runoff. It starts May the 20th and it's going to run through May 24th at the Multipurpose Center from 7 to 7. So I want to be here and invite all the community to please go out and vote.
All right. Well, if you guys remember, last time we sat down with Mr. Montemayor, he was actually headed into the election, which was the Democratic primary, and we had that this was back in April, and now you're in this runoff with Asalia Casares. So we're having the people interested in. There's only one other race besides yours in the runoff, so we're interested in seeing that. Guys, if you have any questions for Ruben about anything that you want to ask, we'll have some time at the end of the show to ask your questions. So you can post them in the comments. We'll come back to them and we'll ask towards the end. Ruben,
and please ask some questions.
Ruben's as transparent as can be, guys. So if you guys want to ask some questions, please feel free. Again, we'll come back to those. So we're going to go ahead and start up with some campaign updates. I heard you picked up some endorsements since the election. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I did pick up. I had one endorsement by the International Firefighter Association. I had that before the primaries, and I just picked one from my good friend Leroy Uresti. Very happy, very honored, very humble to get his endorsement. We both share the same feeling about being there full time. I wish it could have been me and him running in the runoff because we both had that desire to serve the public like it should be. I know that our current tax assessor collector is not there, and he was willing to work, and we almost had the same ideas. We shared a lot of ideas together, and we had a lot of things in common. So I guess that made him feel to come out and give me his endorsement. Leroy, I want to thank you once again for doing that. I won't let you down. I won't let all your voters that came out and supported you. We're gonna work hard for that office, just like you was gonna do that if you were elected as tax assessor. For our community and make our presence be there at the tax office like it should be, because being the tax assessor collector requires Desti was going to be there committed to also serving the community just like I am, and I will serve the community once if I'm elected as your next tax assessor collector. I will be there full time for you. You don't need to set up any appointment. You don't need to see me. I will be there.
See, that's awesome, and I guess that's a good segue into the situation that a lot of us didn't know, and us just became aware until after this election, which was a Democrat primary, that Asalia actually has a full-time job. Ms. Casas, the incumbent, has a full-time job, works at the school district. They get out, 3:30, 4 o'clock. The tax office closes
at 4:30.
At 4:30. So leaving virtually no time whatsoever to with the commute around that time just alone, it's hard to get from one place to the other.
Yeah, and like all the tax assessor collector across the state of Texas, I mean, all of them work full time. All the tax assessor collectors I've talked to around the state, uh, they can't believe me when I tell them that our current tax assessor collector just goes for 15, 20 minutes a day. And I don't know, they say, I don't know how that can be possible. I think she should just give her employees a raise because they're the ones who are doing all the job for her, and she's just collecting a big check for not being there. So I don't think that's right. I don't think that shows any character from a person because she likes to compare herself with other people that other elected officials that also have a job, but you can't compare the other elected uh, officials because their duties doesn't require them to be there uh, full time, and that office requires you to be there office hours, like from 8 to 5,
Yeah.
and she's there at school from 8 to 4. So I mean, it's the same hours that you can't be in two places performing your 200% in either or. So I mean, I do applaud and congratulate all those elected officials, like all our JPs. Some of them do have a full-time job, and I applaud them for doing that because they do have courts. I mean, you can't compare justice of the peace with the tax assessor collector because a justice of the peace, I mean, they're on the clock 24/7.
Yeah, they're on call.
24/7. And I say this because I was a municipal judge for 13 years. And I mean, you actually don't have a life being a JP because they go knock at your door at 3 in the morning, weekends, weekdays, it doesn't matter. And you have to be there for them. So I applaud those JPs that do have another job and still do their duties as a justice of the peace. There's also some constables that have other jobs, but they are also 24/7 because I mean I live here in precinct 1 and I see my constable at 2 in the morning, midnight. I mean they're patrolling. I mean their day doesn't end at 5 p.m. and that's it. So I applaud all those elected officials that have two jobs that doesn't require you to be in your office because even though our commissioner for precinct 1, Mr. Morales, I mean I wouldn't want to see him in the office from 8 to 5 because I mean a commissioner is supposed to be out and checking out his precinct, checking what the deeds are for that precinct. So they are elected officials that do have other jobs, but they also do their duties because their time does not require them to be at an office setting from 8 to 5. So my hats go off for them because I mean, and even though I mean if she says that there's other elected officials that have other jobs, just because somebody else is doing it doesn't give you the right to do it too.
That's a good point.
You have to have some, like I said, some character, some integrity. Uh, y- if somebody else is doing it, doesn't give me the right to do it too. I mean, we're here, we're elected to serve the people, and that's what we're there for. I mean, it's your tax dollars. Don't throw them away. Think before you go out and vote. I mean, it's a very important office. The tax office is probably the backbone of the county. It's a very important office, so it requires the tax assessor collector to be there 200%.
No, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I think, again, one, not many of the viewers or the public in general here, Maverick County voters, they weren't aware of the situation before the election came out. And, now it's becoming a big thing where how can this office run efficiently without having its head? I mean, anywhere you go, any business, any public entity, if your head, the one who's in charge of that department, that place is not present, especially how you say, I mean, business hours are typically 9 to 4 or what have you. That's the time you serve the public.
Correct.
So
That is correct.
it would be difficult, how do you know what's going on there? I mean,
Yeah,
And
and just imagine you being there. I mean, the more things you could be able to do for the community, because I mean it's another person overseeing all the transactions, everything what's going on in that office. So just imagine if the tax office was available, all the things that could be, maybe there wouldn't be any lines, or maybe the transaction will be a little bit faster. I mean, I don't know because I'm not at the tax office, but I'm assuming that if you were to be there, you can get more things accomplished for that office.
And I think you really hit the nail on the head when you said that, you're not there present right now. So you can't, say, this little thing needs to be quirk here,
Correct.
quirk there, or turn it on here, little dial there, little fix here. But neither is our current Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector, right? They're not there either. So it makes it difficult for an office to run efficiently or for any improvements to be made.
Right.
And, that's one of the things that I think taxpayers really need to think about
Because
whenever they move forward.
the way I see it, I mean, the tax office, you're the ones, your tax dollars are the ones that paying her salary. So I see it as a business. Like, if I hire you to run my business, I expect of you to be there. I mean, why should I be paying you for not showing up for my business and getting things done? I mean, you're collecting a salary, I'm paying you. It's the same thing here. It's your tax dollars who is paying her salary. So she should be there and be productive, being the tax assessor collector. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw my money away on you or anybody that I hired and not doing their job what they were hired for. I mean, they were elected to do a job, and you're supposed to be there to make sure that jobs get done. Not the clerks, not their deputies. I mean, you were the one elected to be there and represent the tax office, not the clerks. Or just give the clerks your check.
Yeah.
That would be good too, but that's the way I see it. I mean, you're the ones, it's your tax dollars. I mean, your hard-earned tax dollars that are paying the salary. So I expect it, if I hire you to run my business, I expect you to be there and be productive in what you're getting paid for.
No, absolutely. And that's just common sense, right? I
Common
mean,
sense.
common sense that if you have somebody or paying somebody to do a job, you want them there doing the job. Moving on, one of the things we did notice, and we were a little upset, we didn't get to host the debate.
No, but let me finish. You cut me off. I wasn't finishing
Oh,
with
I'm
the
sorry about
endorsements.
that. Go
I'm
ahead.
working on two more endorsements by the end of the week that I should be getting. So here I am with four endorsements, just like she did when she first ran. She had a couple of endorsements on her favor when she ran the first time, and right now she has zero endorsements from anybody. Why? Because she lied. She lied. She didn't come through with what she had promised the voters, and I guess those who endorsed her, because one of her main things that she screamed out to the public was that as soon as she was um, elected as the next Texas collector, she was committed to resign from the school district, which she hasn't, and she will not, because she does not have the age to do it, or she still needs some couple of more years to retire from the school district. So if she gets elected again, she would not resign from the school district. And I'm not inventing it. It's there. If you go to her Facebook, uh, that's if she hasn't taken it off. But I have it. If they want to call me and see it, I mean, she's there. That as her friend, as her family member, as her colleague, as a relative. I mean, she was there and committed to resign to hold this tax assessor collector, which she didn't come through. She made a lot of promises to the community, which none of them have been made. And that's why I'm running also my campaign with promises made, promises kept.
Promises made, promises kept. That would be a lot different than some of these people that we're used to dealing with.
And one of the promises I made is that I will be there. I will be there for you, to serve you with the most, um, exceed your expectations with great customer service, um, and by showing up to work, which really it matters. showing up for
So
work.
you're going to be a full-time Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector,
Full-time,
40 hours a week.
maybe more than
At
40,
least.
because that job requires you to be more than 40 hours a week. If you really want to serve the community, if you really want to exceed in your job, which I always like to do everywhere I've been, exceed and go above and beyond my duties, my expectations. I always have that working for me. I always like to go above and beyond in what's required from me. I don't care if I have to sweep. I want to sweep and mop, or if my duty is just to clean this table, I want to clean this table and the other tables too. I mean, I always like to exceed my goals.
Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure the difference is going to be seen when there isn't anybody compared to when there is somebody. There's a big difference there. Now, what I was bringing up earlier was you had a debate last time before the election. Are you guys looking to do a debate again this time around?
Um, it was a great debate. We had one. We only had one debate. I would agree to another debate because I had many questions, and in that debate, we were only allowed to make 5 questions. Um, but I think I proved my points to the community, which one of the questions for her was what she had promised. Why was she not there, coming through with what she had promised? Another of the questions that I made for her was she was the one who recommended to take off the 321 percentage for for our community, saying that the only people that would benefit from that program were the ranchers. When it is 2 weeks ago, she's in that board, going to their meetings. So I don't know. She contradicts herself, and I mean, she's out here saying that the only people that benefit are the ranchers, and then here she is on the board. Uh, so I don't know if she's helping, not helping, but she stated that in Commissioner's Court, that it wasn't a good program because not a lot of people would benefit from it, and it was only the ranchers and property owners who had land who were benefit. But it's still a program that anybody could take advantage of it. Not only the ranchers, not only the property owners, but everybody who wanted to take advantage of the 321. Now it's not up to her to take it completely off or put it back on, but she was the one who recommended that. So I proved my points. The time being at the school compared to the hours at the tax office, which I mean, she admitted everything. She admitted that she was wrong with the 321. She said that she couldn't retire. That's why she hadn't done that. She promised a lot of things. So I think I did my points, and I let the community know with facts, with dates, with everything that they should know what she didn't come through, and what she had promised. So we have another debate. I'm willing to do another debate with her, only only if it's me and her, and the one who's going to conduct the debate. I had a little issue at the end of that debate. I don't want to get into details, but I'm willing to do another debate any day, any time. Um, just let me know if she's willing to come. But like I said, if they only allowed her and myself, I'll be willing. I mean, I'll be running over here to do it because like I said, I had so many things to bring up, and I had a hard time just picking those 5 questions for her. Um, and there's so many things to be answered from that office, but I limit to there. It was a limit of 5. I did the things that I think it was more important to the community to know, which was she was not a full time. She wasn't there, and I made myself very clear. But yes, if you're asking for a debate or a debate comes along, I'm willing to do it. Only only if it's gonna be herself and myself. I'll be gladly to do it.
Yeah. See, and it's interesting. Let's go back to what you just said. You're open for debate, but you also mentioned the 321. I don't know if many people out there know the 321 tax break gives you a discount depending on how early you pay your property taxes, and this is only for well, everybody, Maverick County tax residents, right?
Right.
So with the 321, you get a certain percentage of a discount if you pay your taxes early.
You get a 3% if you pay it in October. You get a
Okay.
2% if you pay your taxes in November, and you get a 1% in December. But it might be you say, what's 3% or what's 2%? But nowadays, nowadays every little thing counts. I mean, every little thing helps. Uh, and the county was the only one doing it because the school doesn't have it, the city doesn't have it. So it was something that the county could take advantage of the 321. And I think, in my opinion, it was a good program because, like I said, any little help counts at the end of the day.
No, yeah, absolutely. Especially the way we see the trend moving with our economy right now, and it's not just here locally; it's nationwide that we're having to deal with inflation and rising
I mean,
prices
and if
everywhere.
elected, I will fight for it to bring it back. And like I said, it's not right now up to the tax assessor collector to bring it back. It's got to go through commissioner's court and make them decide whether to bring it back or not.
But
I would,
that would be
uh,
one thing you would recommend if
I would recommend and fight and defend it and go up and give them the numbers what people are actually saving, because I mean these taxes, I mean they're really high, and each year it keeps going higher and higher. So any little break they can give us, let's take advantage of that, and 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 it can help.
absolutely, guys. So you're hearing it here first. If Mr. Montemayor gets elected, he's going to fight and recommend to the commissioner's court to re-implement the 321 discount, 3% in November,
2%,
2%
no, 3% in October,
in October.
2% in November, and 1% in December.
Yeah,
And this, I think, it goes along with my goal, my vision for as a tax assessor collector, keeping families in their homes, especially with our veterans. I mean, they're in a check. Our disables. I mean. We have to help them in any way that we can, especially these people that only have one check that they live by. Um, so that's one of the reasons that I want to fight for that program to keep families in their homes. Because just last week, I don't know, you also work at the courthouse. I don't know if you saw a big crowd on the footsteps in front of the courthouse. Well, they were auctioning houses and properties, and it's sad. It's sad to see that these families losing their homes because of taxes. So we got to work with them. We got to sit with them. We got to listen to them to see how we can help them, because there is help out there, and there's things that we can do from our part to help them. So I mean that's one of my priority. My biggest priority is to maintain those families in their homes, because I know how it feels like. I know personally how it feels like to be threatened like that. That if you don't pay your taxes, we're going to take your home away. And I've been through that once. My family has been through that once, and it's not a good feeling uh, to have. And and we work so hard to pay our mortgage, to keep our properties, to feed our families, and just to lose them like that. Uh, but there was a lot of people. I don't know the count. Like I said, I'm not the tax collector. I don't have a count how many properties were auctioned, but there was a big crowd last week in front of the courthouse, um, auctioning their homes, and it was depressing. And it was hard. It's if I was elected, I don't want to see this many people, going through this. I mean, we're going to sit there and try to see what's the best solution for them to get them out of that. Because I went through it, my family went through it, and it's not a good feeling for any family. I don't wish that feeling on any family here in Maverick County.
so right now, the current tax assessor collector, Ms. Casares, there's nothing in place, any kind of
No.
plan or thing where she can sit down with somebody that may be in danger and sit out some kind of.
At what time do you want them to sit with her? She's not there.
That's a good point.
These people that have this problem go looking for her. they have to set
her
an
school?
appointment. I don't think she's allowed to do that in school. I don't know, but I don't think that's allowed to go look for her at the school. But if she's at the school, she's there to educate her children, not
That's
to
what
be
we would like,
handling
yeah.
problems from the tax office. But yes, there is. I mean, like I said, I've been talking to other tax assessor collectors, and they have given me some ideas. I don't want to share them right now because they'll probably copy them and do them and say that they did it. So if elected, there will be some changes there that could help you not to be in that situation.
Awesome. And that's
Promises
something
made,
different.
promises kept.
Promises made, promises kept, guys. You heard it here first. So now that's what the questions we wanted. We have something that you know um, moving with the tax assessor collector. You're dealing with people's taxes and everything. So is there a code of ethics? Is there anything that a tax assessor collector needs to stick by, or some kind of code that you guys are honorable? And if so, do you see that code being any way infringed on by the current tax assessor collector?
There is a code of ethics, and it's in your courses because you're required to take some hours every year. And one of the courses is the ethic class, which she doesn't abide by them. Because one of the things that it's a big no-no is you can't be soliciting.
Mm.
You can't be soliciting. You can't be accepting donations at the tax
Oh, wow.
office. I mean, all these things happen at the tax office. They and the reason I'm saying that no soliciting is because I mean I've been visiting a lot of car lots, and here they are thinking that they're true to you and committed to you, throwing out the scoop like, pues me tiene vendiendo tickets, me tiene,
What? So there's
uh,
people saying out there that she has them selling plate sale tickets and what have you.
yeah. So one of the things I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean it's part of the ethic class. I mean we're not supposed to solicitate or accept any donations, and and it's good. She tried to help, which I applaud her for that, for trying to help. Pero como dice el dicho, no hagas cosas buenas que parezcan malas, ni
Yeah.
cosas malas que parezcan buenas. And even though that it's a donation and it might be for a good cause, but we're not in that position to be asking, to be soliciting, to be accepting. And it's very clear in the ethic class, which I guess she hasn't been to that class or she skips that class, or I don't know what the problem is, but there is a lot of soliciting going on in that office and a lot of donations being accepted in that office. So I don't think that's ethical. I don't think that's professional. But if that's the way she conducts herself, if she thinks that that's real professional of her, um, we'll let her continue doing it. But uh, if I get to be your next attest collector, I won't be calling you, hey, voy a hacer este fundraiser, ¿cuántos tickets te llevo? Hey, voy a hacer esta rifa, ¿qué me puedes donar? You won't be hearing that from me. That's a big no. And like I said, it might be for a very good cause. It might be a very good cause, and her thing is she wants to help. Well, that's very good that she wants to help, but we're not supposed to be doing that. Or I mean, I think it could be handled outside the office if you really want to help.
Yeah, absolutely. And those code of ethics are there in place.
And everybody has them. The JPs have them. The municipal judges have them. All the elected officials have a code of conduct that they should conduct themselves and
Well, with
a good
integrity,
citizen.
right?
Exactly.
Because
That's the proper word.
yeah, because
True
I
with
mean, these
integrity.
elected officials. I mean, speaking as a taxpayer, we choose elected officials because we think that they're good, they're better. I mean, Sometimes we think that this person will do the right thing, probably where I won't do the right thing. So that's why you go out and elect these people, because you believe in them
Correct.
to do the right thing. And when they're doing the wrong thing, again, I think that's where taxpayers come in and need to hold these elected officials accountable.
Accountable, yeah. It's like it's time to hold them accountable for their position, for whatever they were hold. I mean, it's like I wish somebody could come and explain to me why should we be paying this person for not showing up for work. I wish somebody could 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 give us an answer there or ask that question. Why should we be paying a person for not showing up for work? It's like unbelievable.
If you guys have the answer, why are Maverick County taxpayers paying for somebody for them not to show up to work? That's what you're paying for, guys. If you have an answer, drop them in the comments. But now let's take this direction real quick. So Ms. Casares, the incumbent tax assessor collector, she isn't with her controversy either. Last week, a couple of weeks ago, we saw a Facebook post where a realtor came out and wanted to tell the public about her experience in the tax office. And the post went viral, and I know the Maverick Times picked up and the article and made a story about it. But do you have any insight to that?
Well, probably just what you read, and that post. I don't know the personally that realtor who came out to put that post in Compro y Vendo, and it went crazy all over the place. Everybody's sharing it. But the what surprised me was that it was the tax assessor collector um, mocking her.
What? So it was
It
actually
wasn't an employee. She didn't have a problem with one of the employees. It was actually doing the mocking was the actual tax assessor collector. I mean, and it was over
wow.
a temporary check that the realtor wanted to pay her transaction with the temporary check, and she came out saying that it's a county policy for the county offices that accept money that we don't accept temporary check. And just today, I confirmed that just to make sure that she was right. But then again, that is not right. There is no policy set for Maverick County that we can't accept a temporary check, and that was the issue. And of course, the realtor got very upset, and 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 the tax assessor collector started mocking her, which I think, just imagine if the tax assessor collector acting that way, what else can you expect from the other employees if they see the supervisor or the person doing that? I said, if she does it, what can I do it? So I mean, that it's very sad to hear that. It's very sad to see that. I mean, I would expect it from a new employee, but I mean, you're there to give the best possible customer service that you can because the taxpayer deserves that. They deserve your time to serve them and they deserve the time to treat them right. I mean, you sometimes they act like if they're making you a favor for getting your plates, for serving you, and they're not making anybody a favor. They're there because they work there and they're there to make a job. But the sad part was that this complaint that the realtor made. I mean, and we're talking about a realtor. They do a lot of business in that office.
Yeah.
I mean, all the realtors. I mean, they should be treated. Well, not only the realtors, right, but everybody should be treated with respect.
Mhm.
I mean, respect. If you want to get respect from the people, you got to start respecting them. If you want to give that. But when I walked in your studio, I mean, this is not mine. This is mine, but this is not mine. I read this, and I'm sure I'm gonna either you donate it to me right now before I get into office, because after that I can't accept your donation. But or tell me where you got it. But I love what it says. I mean, it says, "Stay humble, be kind, and work hard." I mean, I didn't have that as my motto to work, but I think I'm gonna take it with me and have it because I mean, we're there because you chose us to be there. You voted for us to represent you, and you deserve for us to serve you with the highest respect that we can do. And it's all about customer service. I mean, maybe she doesn't have any classes of customer service, so I don't know what she knows what that means. But the supervisor mocking somebody else, whether it's a realtor or not, it is not right. It is not right.
No, yeah. I mean, we were kind of shocked as we were following that story as
And,
well.
and, and I didn't really want to get into it because they're gonna say, "Oh, it's election. He did it." I didn't really want to get into it, but I mean, it was coming on and on and on and on and on. I said, "Oh, wow." But I mean, it wasn't me doing it. It wasn't me trying to really put it out there. If you know her, call her so that you know that it wasn't me behind the scenes or anything like that. Um, Give her a call. And find out for yourself that I had nothing to do with that post. I mean, she was sharing her experience, just like many others have shared their experience when they go to the tax office. Some are good and some are bad, mostly bad, but there's still some good ones. But it's up to you voters to please come out and vote this November and make that change that Maverick County needs. And maybe, like I said, there's another gentleman that just joined our team, Mr. Leroy Oresti, sharing the same feelings, the same thoughts that I'm telling you tonight. He was willing to do all this too. You need a full-time tax assessor collector in that office to supervise and be made aware when things happen, not that you receive a phone call, oh, this happened, or I'm texting her, this is going on at the tax office, or I mean, the tax assessor collector has got to be there on site to make sure things get done and don't have any problems like that. But when it's the tax assessor collector causing these problems, well, there is a big problem. Houston, there is a problem.
No, yeah, absolutely. And one of the things you touched on, I mean, customer service, right? That has a big thing to do, especially because you primarily deal with the public. And those are, improvements that are going to be needed to be done. But what other plans do you see moving forward? I know you touched a little bit on the 321 discount moving forward that you want to recommend to implement again. You also spoke about keeping veterans, elderly, everybody in their
Disables.
homes, disabled people, in their homes, not losing their houses because of tax purposes or reasons. What other plans do you have moving forward if elected here in the next month?
Actually, I have several programs that I want to implement once I'm there. Uh, I don't want to get into details with you, telling you my programs that I want to implement for the simple fact that if I don't win, they're probably going to get implemented and somebody else getting the credit for it. But one of the things is just to exceed in customer service, provide the best possible service that we can when you go in there to do your transactions, either to pay your taxes, to get your license plates, whatever the reason you're there, to be treated with respect and with the best possible service, the best customer service that we can provide. Either if some of the personnel need some little bit of training on that, send them to take a course on that, whatever it takes for them. Because one of the things, are you going to fire the employees? I am not going to fire anybody once I go in. Everybody's welcome to there. They're going to apply, and I need to know what are the weaknesses, what are they good and bad, because maybe you're not good at giving a license plate, but you're really good on when you're collecting the taxes. So maybe we can do a little switch. I mean, work with every single one of them to see where is their highest potential that they have, because some might be a little bit shy. They don't like to greet. Like I say, I don't work there. I don't know what the situations and problems are right now, but everybody's going to be there with a smile. Everybody's going to be there with the mentality that we're there to serve them with respect and with integrity and to be the best possible service that we can give them anywhere in the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, my
said.
slogan is, I mean, I have the the passion and the creativity the size of Texas.
That's
They're
clever.
flex. That's the
Yeah,
store.
we're bringing that back from the old Rising Texan
So I
days. So
mean, there's a lot of and I always like to see that there's always room for improvement every day. There's always room for improvement, and people think that, well, why fix it if it's not broken? I don't believe in that saying. I mean, I believe that there's always room for improvement because nobody's
absolutely.
perfect. So I mean, we learn something every day. So we learn something every day. So if we learn something every day, we're improving ourselves, and we're improving ourselves, and we're improving ourselves. So there's room for improvement anywhere you go, no matter how perfect you think it is, no matter how you feel that, oh, my staff is doing an awesome job. There is always room for improvement.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I'm gonna be there to take your suggestions, and maybe we're doing it this way, and you come in, hey, I went to this tax office in this other city, and they did this, and if it's gonna work for us, we're gonna put it because
So
I like.
you're gonna have an open door policy type.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, so they're gonna see me there. Just, hey, come here. So yes, I mean, I'm there to serve everybody in Maverick County, whether you for me or you didn't vote for me. I don't believe in that. Everybody has the right to choose whoever they believe is going to do the right job. I feel that I'm the right job, or the right man for this job, and I'm going to prove that what I'm promising you tonight, or what I've been promising during my campaign, are going to be kept. Are going to be kept,
All right.
and work hard.
Absolutely. Let's see. We got a few comments. Let me see if we have any questions out here, Mr. Montemayor. Um, let's see. I guess a quick comment from Lando Fortis. Very good man, Leroy Oresti. You got our support, Mr. Montemayor. So
Thank you, Mr. Fortis. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your friends, your family. Um, I mean, we're gonna do good, just like Leroy was. His intentions were awesome. His intentions were good. We think alike. We have a lot of things in common, and I appreciate your comment. And we will work hard for you and the whole community.
awesome. From YouTube, we got ZB. Exactly. I'm not sure what comment it was, but I think you resonated with a lot of us with what you were saying. Guillermo Roy Morales. That's common sense. What this candidate is confirming is true, meaning of being the responsibility and authority of the tax assessor office. We need people like him in charge with full responsibility, following through with the best for the community.
Who is that?
Guillermo Roy Morales.
Thank you, Mr. Morales. I appreciate it. Please go out and vote, and let's make this change. We're a week away.
We got Landy Salinas, exactamente. Necesitamos personas que realmente quieran ayudar a los residentes. Existen programas y presupuestos que no dan a conocer a los residentes.
Correcto. And I will sit with you to let you know how your taxes were calculated. Explain to you, because a lot of people don't. I mean, they just see the letter. Ay, I mean, but I mean that's all they see, the numbers. But we can sit and see how they got to that amount. And there's also that they can do it. It's on that letter where you can contest your taxes, but they don't let them aware. They don't make it aware that they can go out and protest on their taxes. So
Oh, wow.
there's a lot of things that we can do, and it's just they don't have the time to do it. They don't want to have the time for it. Because I'm not there, I don't know. But if I'm elected, I will sit with you, anybody that's willing to come and sit with me and explain to them how their taxes were calculated. Why are you paying so much? What can we do to help you? Like I said, and one of my mentors that I'm gonna say his name. One of my big mentors is Mr. Albert Uresti, the Tax Assessor Collector from Bexar County.
Okay.
There's so much things that can be different here in Maverick County, and and he's one of my big mentors. That is probably I'm gonna have to resign my job to go and visit with him and get up to date and everything that I need to know for the first day. I don't want to be just greeting people or saying hi to people. I mean, I want to be ready for them the very first day I go into work.
Awesome.
So
Being prepared and everything. That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's see. We got a couple of more coming in. They're coming in. Let's see. A friend of mine, Alfredo Davila, had a very bad situation with her, very unprofessional from what he told me. I think they're referring to Asalia Casares, the current Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector. So they're letting us know of another situation that they've had, a difficult situation.
Complain and complain and complain, but they don't do anything about it. And this is your chance to do something about it. This is your chance to make that change. This is your golden opportunity to get somebody that's going to care for you, that has the commitment to show compassion towards you. Somebody asked for you to please make a little list of, okay, I'm taking my suegros, I'm taking my compadres, I'm taking my friends, I'm taking my neighbors, I'm taking everybody to vote and make this change, and you can make it happen. You're the only ones that can make this happen by going out and vote. And I know it's hard. It's a runoff election, and it's only the position for Tax Assessor Collector and the constable for precinct one. That's all you're going to see in the ballot. The ballot is going to be the same for all precincts. Nobody, there's no other names. There's no other candidates. So I'm saying, no, ¿para qué voto? Nomás en ellos dos. It's very, very important that you do go out and vote and exercise this right, so we can make this change happen. Because you're the only one. This is in your hands to make it happen. If you don't want to hear all these complainings anymore, or people complaining about their situations, their experiences they're having there, um, go out and vote. That's the
Best way
more
to make a change.
powerful tool that you have right now. It's in your hands to go out and vote.
Absolutely. I hope everybody's listening out there, and somebody comment that you're a true leader, and you will know them by their fruit. So
Yeah, the chiquillos since high school, and I mean, uh, leadership is a very important thing that a people should possess. I mean, you got to be able to lead uh, and listen. More than that, listen in order to be a great leader. And I feel I have that quality. I had leadership positions other places, so I think I do have that quality. Um, Me gusta ser muy creativo. En cualquier cosa que haga, um, I miss the library.
Yeah.
I miss the library. It was an awesome experience. Great people working there. Great leadership that we have there. I tried. The only reason I moved was I think this was a better opportunity for me to better myself. But I do miss it. I do miss it.
Yeah, City of Eagle Pass, huh? Let's see. We got another one coming in from Guillermo Morales. I really don't agree, and nobody will about getting paid for a position. Tax assessor collector not showing up to work is insane. It's wrong, unprofessional. Just ask any employee from the state. That's like being for a sheriff and not showing up for your department.
That's right.
As an authority and
Imagine having a sheriff and him not showing up to work. Imagine. I mean, he is an elected official.
Yeah.
But our sheriff, I mean, he's a great man. He's a great leader. Integrity is a big part. Yeah, to be there, and that's exactly what he does. That's exactly how he won by a big margin of votes, because people saw his leadership. People believed in him. He showed them that he's there to serve, and just like any other elected officials, they're there to serve. And like I said, once again, shout out for those justice of the peace that not only show up for work, but also go to, they also have another job and do their duties.
Mhm.
I mean, the constables.
Absolutely. No, yeah. I mean, hats off to those people that take care of their
Like I'm
business,
in
right?
precinct 1, and I mean, I see my constable patrolling doing her job at any hours of the day or night. I see my commissioner day night. So I mean, I have no complaints on my precinct. My elected officials for my precinct, they also go above and beyond.
And it should be expected, and they should go above and beyond, especially since us taxpayers are paying their
Exactly,
salaries.
it's their hard-earned tax dollars. So
So
why not? I mean, we're getting paid because of them. So
exactly.
why are not we gonna provide that service to them? I mean, why aren't we gonna treat them like we're doing them a favor? I mean, it's our job, it's our duty, it's our responsibility. For when they walk out of the office and they feel good about the office, feel good that they had a good experience. Yes, I mean there's days um, that you might wake up with your left feet, but hey, go to the restroom, count to 10, shake it off, come back with a smile, or simply stay home.
Yeah.
Simply stay home.
Let's see. We got another one coming in from Justin Munoz. What can we do to help the older community in Eagle Pass not pay school taxes if they don't have children in the school system?
That's a question that the school district should answer. I don't have the response to them. Ask your board members. That question is an awesome question. I have no kids in school either. Um, so get with your board members and ask that question. Um, for you not to pay those school taxes, especially if you don't have kids in school, or especially if you're elderly, or especially if you're disabled. I mean, what kind of discounts out there? What can you do to help you? But that's an excellent question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And just to let everybody know, those elections are coming up soon. In the general election, the school board will be going out for school board trustees,
Mhm.
either 3 or 4 seats. I'm not totally sure. There is one vacancy. Rest in peace, Lupita Fuentes. There is a vacancy right now. So if you're interested in signing up and making a difference in the school district, that opportunity is coming up. Mr. Montemayor, I mean, I think we kind of covered our bases here. We answered some of these questions. I don't know if you have something.
One thing that I would like to add, like I said, I've been knocking doors and walking everywhere and visiting, especially the car lots, because they do a lot of business at the tax office. And one of the concerns that most of them have, because like I said, there's a couple of car lots that do have their sign out there supporting the tax assessor collector, and there's others that don't. Uh, these people that do have signs or that don't have signs, I mean, the reason they have it is because there's a lot of favoritism. Uh, there's a lot of business going through the back door, and if I'm elected, all the car lot dealers are going to be treated the same way through the front door and not through the back door. Like they have, and they're afraid. They're afraid to come out. They're afraid to not give a donation. They're afraid to when they're soliciting their help and not give because they're afraid of retaliation. Dice, si no le hago caso, no me van a dar las placas, me van a dar, they're gonna give me a hard time. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If I'm elected, I would never put you in that position to put a sign in your business, especially if you're a business, because there's a lot of people. Ay, no voy a llegar ahí porque tiene el sign ese. Oh, no voy a llegar ahí porque él está ayudando a esta persona. I would not ever put you in a position uh, like that. If I'm elected as your tax assessor collector, I will not put you on the spot by going to your business and ask for a donation or solicitate something from the office or even to put a sign in your business. I'm going to respect that it's your business and you're there to sell cars. And we're there to serve you with your transfers, with your transactions, whatever you need. But that is going out a lot. I mean, there's a lot of favoritism towards some car lots. And there's a lot of open door stuff. I mean, backdoor stuff going on. So all that is going to stop.
Yeah, that's Maverick County for you guys, and you know, it's difficult for somebody, you know, not knowing the situation that's going on. So we really appreciate you coming on, and you know, we are, I never shy to say, we are the smallest news media, but we do have a good following that, you know, follows us for the information that we try to provide, and for again. Providing them a source where they can come and talk to you directly, and you can come and talk to them directly. So we really appreciate you coming. I think the final question that I have for you would be: are you sure and positive you're going to be a full-time tax assessor collector?
Give me a Bible. Give me the Bible. No, we're not supposed to swear, but I do give you my word, and I give you my word that I will be more than a full-time tax assessor collector. You will see me the way I'm going to do things different, like I've always said since the very beginning, with my presence and not my absence. I will be there. You go and look for me, I will be there. Just don't go from 12 to 1 because probably that's my lunch. But other than that, I will be there. I give you my honest word that not only to you, I'm not just telling you, but I'm telling the whole community of Maverick County that I will be a full-time tax assessor collector, because it's not right for you to throw away your hard-earned money. It's just not right. It's not right, and you can't be double dipping um, two jobs at the same time, the same hours. I believe in multitasking, but that's when you have a job. When you're in your job, because I think somebody brought it up in the last debate that women, like, they can handle multi tasks. And yes, they can, but that's when you're in office, you're doing your computer, you're answering the phone, you're checking this. Multitasking, you can't do it in two different places at the same time, because they're looking for you over here, but you're not over here because you're over there. So how?
Well, I mean,
nobody has answered the question. Why should we pay?
no.
Why should we pay somebody for not showing up for work?
We'll give it. We'll pose it again, guys. The question was, why should we pay a tax assessor collector that does not show up to work?
Or 15 minutes, because
Or
I do
does
show
not
up.
show up for 7 hours of every day. We gave her an hour,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
We'll give her an hour. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to put something in the comments.
One other thing, Mr. Ruiz, that is very important. Um, I want to invite or all my Republican friends, Republican
okay?
friends or not friends, to please go out and vote. This is not, we don't have a Republican in this race. So I noticed a lot of people in the primaries that voted Republican and went up to me and said, I wanted to vote for you, but I didn't see your name on the ballot. And that's why, because I wasn't in the Republican ballot. My name was in there and they reported Republican, but they would come up to me, a lot of Republicans would come up to me and say, we wanted to vote for you, but we didn't see your name. So this is your chance to all the Republicans that want to express their vote. This is not about being Republican or Democrat. This is about the tax assessor collector being there full time and working hard for you. There's not a candidate for the November election. There's not a Republican. So feel free to come out and support me. All those Republicans that went on the primary looking for me or wanting, please, it's very important that you do. It's not gonna mark you as a Democrat. It's not gonna mark you as supporting a Democrat. This tax assessor collector is not being Democrat or Republican. It's about serving our community, working hard for our community, being there for our community, and do the best possible job that we can. So help us God.
No, yeah, absolutely. Well, it looks like nobody's stepping up to answer that question, but
But if somebody does, please text it to me or message to me. Um, I really want to know.
There's
Like I said, I don't understand how she got these votes. And like you said, when we started the program, a lot of people didn't know. I mean, people think that she's there. People think that she works. People think that she's helping out being a tax assessor collector. But it's her staff who's doing all the work for her. It's not the tax assessor collector. And I don't feel right because they're not earning, they're not getting paid, but she's getting paid.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's good that she has a hardworking staff and works hard, but her responsibility as a tax assessor collector is not there, and a lot of people still don't know that. A lot of people don't know that what's really happening in the tax office with our actual tax assessor collector.
Yeah, guys, if you're not aware, I know we said it a couple of times. Unfortunately, she's getting paid tax
Just
dollar
don't ask me
hours.
that question again. If I'm going to be a full time, they already know I'm going to be a full time tax assessor collector. And what Leroy was really, Mr. Resi was really good at that. I mean, he would every time he would get a chance, he would say, "I'm gonna be there full time," because I mean, he knew the problem. He knew when you knock at doors, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be full time? I mean, we hear this question every day that we walk. So yes, I am gonna be a full time for you, your family, and your kids. Where I'm gonna do my best to keep their families in their homes, especially with the priority in helping our veterans, in helping our elderly, and helping our disabled. Because those are the ones that mainly live by a check. They don't have another income. They don't sell T-shirts. They don't sell anything else. I mean, that's the only income that they have.
No, absolutely, and we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. The Maverick Times podcast. This was episode 13. Meet the candidate with Ruben Montemayor, Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector candidate. You want to tell us when the election's going on?
Yes. Uh, the runoff election will start this coming Monday, May the 20th, and it's going to run the whole week, Monday through Friday, uh, from the May the 20th to the 24th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Multipurpose Center. And election night would be Tuesday, May the 28th. All the polls will not be open. There's going to be several for each precinct. They haven't given us the list which are the locations going to be, but it's not going to be all the 14 or 15 precincts that we had. So I think they're going to limit one voting place or poll
Per precinct.
for precinct, but we don't know the locations. But yes, please, I encourage you to make that change, to be that man in the mirror, and go out and make that change. Um, we're going to be there, like I said, this coming Monday, May the 20th, uh, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Multipurpose Center. And once again, I want to reach out to all those Republicans that you can also go and vote. You can also be part of this change. And if you don't, if later on you want to put in a Republican candidate, that is awesome. Uh, it's a free country. So I invite all my Republicans to go out and vote. Not only the Democrats, because it's not a Democrat, well, it's a primary runoff election, but also the Republicans can go out and vote because they have called and reached out to me. I voted in the primary as a Republican. Can I vote in this runoff? Yes, you can run. You can vote in this runoff, even if you voted in the primary elections as a Republican.
That's good news for some of you guys that didn't get to vote in the primary election. Now we get a chance to vote and make a difference in the Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector position. Guys, that's all the time we have today. Again, we were with Mr. Montemayor, candidate for Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector. He is here asking for your vote, for your support to make changes in the Maverick County Tax Assessor Collector office.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Um, I ask of your prayers for this elections. Keep me in your prayers. God is in control, and mega blessings to you and your family.
Eagle Pass, Maverick County, we're out. This is Isaac. Catch you next time.